Hey, what is going on, viewers? Zesty Lime Studios here, and welcome back to another drinks review. Today we have another one of these Starbucks cold coffee drinks, and this one is going to be on the caramel macchiato. I think I've said that correct. So no, it's got this one out of Tesco, and it was in the club card price. In fact, 3 chilled Starbucks drinks for £3. Well, £3 and pound, so 3 separate drinks for £1 each to make £3. So yeah, for £1 each, these are very good value when they're in this club card offer, because normally they're like £2, 10, 20, 30 on their own, which is incredibly expensive. But 3 for £3, yeah, can't go wrong with that at all. So anyways, let's give you guys a full 360 of the, now I'm going to call it bottle, carton, whatever, just to make my life easy. So give you guys a full 360. So we kind of have, it's quite small actually. How big is this? Where is the milliliters? So it's 220ml, which is pretty small really, compared to say other coffee drinks in the can, which just say like 250 or something like that, or a much more bigger one. But anyways, so we have obviously a bit of green in there to represent obviously the actual Starbucks logo itself, and then we have a couple shades of kind of brown and stuff to represent obviously coffee, and then kind of like a more browny, I was going to say more browny colour, but that doesn't make sense, but more of a darker brown to represent, I guess, caramel, really something like that, but you guys know what I mean. On the back we've got the ingredients in about 5,000 different languages, and then just some, again, more languages and stuff down there. So apart from that, that's pretty much the front. The bottom is just standard. Now we have this cap on the top, which is designed so it comes off, and then there's a little hole there for a straw, which I give you a stupid paper straw, which is useless and pointless, so that's going to one side, but we're not going to be using that anyway. And then it's obviously covered on the top with the Starbucks covering. So we'll keep that like that is for now, because that's only literally just drink it out with the straw. So reading the back of the packaging, so the caffeine content is 47 milligrams per 100 ml, so it's much higher than what the average energy drink caffeine content is, which is 32 milligrams per 100 ml. So again, it's a misconception, guys, that, you know, energy drinks contain more caffeine, because people will happily drink, you know, 3, 4, 5 of these a day, yet you have one kind of, you know, small little DD Red Bull, and people are like, oh, you're going to have a heart attack, you know, and I'm like, dude, you've drank like 6, 7 coffees, like, you know how much more extra caffeine that is, but, you know, that's just what it is. So yeah, 47 milligrams caffeine per 100 ml. The sugar content is 9 grams. No, it's not. It's 8.6 grams of sugar per 100 ml. So it is quite sugary, which generally these drinks are, unless it's like a skinny version or a light version or something like that. Apart from that, nothing else of interest on the packaging. It just says enjoy cold and shake well, which I'm going to do. So it's just come out of the fridge, so it's nice and cold. So I'm going to give it a good shake and then crack on with it. So I've got my Zesty Lime Studios cup as always. Now I know we know the colour is going to be brown, as pretty much every single coffee drink on the planet is brown. But yeah, you know, we always pour stuff into a cup because, you know, why not? So give it a good shake. Now I do have trust in these that these don't explode over me, because they're not pressurised. I haven't had one of these explode over me yet, so pray for me. Right, so anyways, hopefully it doesn't explode over me. There we go, nicely done, no explosions. There we go, so I think I've shaken it up enough. So there's the lid, it's just a foil lid, which I'll put to one side for now. So as it's only small, I'm going to pour it all in here, again, because why not? There we go, and yes, the colour is brown, as expected. Get some of that nice bubble foam in there that I've made up. And there we go, put that to one side. So, as you can see, the colour is brown. Maybe it tells on the lighter side. There may be some of the other maybe coffee drinks on the market, but for the most part, yeah, it is just, you know, brown in colour. It's not see-through, as you cannot see my face through the drink. So thickness-wise, well, remember guys, this isn't a milkshake. It's not a frappe. It's not advertised as thick. It's not meant to be thick, so just bear that in mind. It's kind of sticking to the side a little bit. There's a little bit hanging on, but really, yeah, it's not sticking on that much. And certainly compared to the milkshakes and stuff like that, there's no comparison. But like I said, just remember, it's not a milkshake, but there we go. Anyways, so let's give it a closer smell and see what it smells of. Doesn't smell of too much really. It smells a little bit of a kind of a mild coffee smell really, and there's maybe a little bit of caramel smell in there. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of caramel smell in there, but really it's not that strong as well, which is not a bad thing. But you know, sometimes it's nicer when it does smell a little bit stronger of coffee. Well, nevertheless, guys, let's taste some. I'll give it. It is nice and smooth. I'll give it that. Now, does it actually say creamy on the front? I think it does, doesn't it? It says, yeah, bold espresso, creamy milk, and hints of caramel flavour. So I guess, yeah, fair enough. It does have a bit of creaminess to it, smoothness to it. So, so I think it does have an okay amount of sweetness to the drink. I know, again, these can be quite sugary, and some people aren't really a fan of, you know, how sugary these type of drinks are. But again, these drinks sell like, you know, there's no tomorrow. So I understand they keep the sugar up for, you know, various reasons or whatever, but it's got an okay sweetness to it. But it's at the same time, the coffee taste isn't like super strong. Now I know this isn't meant to be like super strong a taste. Now I know it says bold espresso flavor or whatever, bold espresso taste, but it's not that strong of a coffee taste. Besides the fact of it being really smooth and got kind of a nice bit of creaminess to it, hints of caramel. I think the word hints of caramel, I think, is probably the correct word to use. It is very vaguely of caramel, and I think the hints of caramel makes perfect sense on what they've done. So I'll give them credit for that. But honestly, it is so small, the hints of caramel. Sometimes you have to think, hang on a minute, is this actually caramel? That it is that little in the drink. Again, is that ultimately a bad or a good thing? Well, the fact it's advertised as caramel and it's meant to be caramel, even though it says hints of caramel. So I don't know really. It's kind of I'm kind of in the middle with that one. Like, it's okay. Like, it's a nice enough drink. Like, I'll happily finish the rest of this, you know, the rest of this off camera, unless I finish the rest of it on camera. But you know, I'm happily fine drinking it, but it's not, you know, I'm not jumping up and down about it. I'm not going crazy about it. It's just a bit like, okay, why would I really pay £2.20, 30 for this when, you know, the supermarket ones have got their own ones, which, you know, arguably some of them do taste better and they're half the price, or just pick up a skinny version. So it's like, sometimes I don't understand these drinks for what they are just for the price and stuff, but it's fine, it's okay. But I'm not jumping up and down about it, but it's not disgusting either. So a bit like, okay, yeah, fair enough. It's certainly not worth the price I mean, before lockdown and this cost of living crisis nonsense, I mean, I think they were £2 or just below £2 anyway, so of course everything's gone up anyway as it is. But yeah, it's definitely not worth that. So I think, how many zesty should I give this out of 10? I think I'm going to give this I think I want to give it I mean, yeah, it's nice and smooth and everything like that, but it's just not that exciting. Or so I think, honestly, a 7. I think I'll give it 7 zesties out of 10. 7.